is the biggest trade show in the world? How do you find factories and wholesalers fast? Where do you even start? And how do you plan on? I'm Summer, based right here in Guangzhou, and I have got all the answers for you. Canton Fair, one of the biggest trade shows in the world. Thousands of vendors and buyers showed up every year, and our company has more than 10 years experience enjoying this event. But it's not as easy as you think if it's your first time here. Stay, and I have a simple plan to walk you through it step by step. So, what is the Canton Fair? If you have never heard of it, it's the largest wholesale supplier trade show in the world. Last year, in 2024, there were about 25,000 exhibitors and more than 250,000 buyers across all phases joined. There were over 60,000 booths and the venue to about 1.185 million square meters, which is 45 square miles. A football field is 6,400 square yards, so it's like 206 football fields put together. It is huge, but still it's not enough space to put all the booths together at the same time, so the whole fair is split into 3 phases. Phase 1 has electronics, household electronical appliance, machinery, lighting, equipment, hardware, tools, vehicles, spare parts, building materials, and chemical products. Phase 2 covers consumer products, decorations, and gifts. Phase 3 includes textiles, garments, shoes, office supplies, bags, recreation products, medicine, medical device, and healthy products. Make sure you pick the phases that match what you sell. The Canton Fair happens twice a year in spring and fall, spread over 3 phases across 2 weeks. Pick the right phase for your business. Usually, phase 1 runs April 15th to 19th and October 15th to 19th. Phase 2 is right after, around April 23rd to 27th and October 23rd to 27th. Phase 3 is usually May 1st to 5th and October 31st to November 4th. The Canton Fair takes place in Guangzhou, China at Guangzhou International Convention and Exhibition Center, located at 49353 Haichu, Guangzhou, Guangdong, China. That's a lot to say, but everyone there knows it because it's so big. On maps, the fair is marked with the wrapping and street group cycle show nearby hotels like the Westin Pajou Shangri-La Hotel Guangzhou. But should you stay at those hotels? Are they worth the cost? They can charge up to 700 a night, and the food's pricey too. The fair is in the middle of nowhere, with hardly any restaurants or things to do. So, how do you handle hotels, transport, and planning without stress? Don't worry, I have got a solution with Sino Shipping's tour guide service. Stick around and I will tell you how we answer this question later in the video to make your trip smooth and smart. Now, where should you stay in Guangzhou? The best way to save money is to plan our online hotel booking plan first. You can hunt for deals and find a decent spot that fits your budget. Sounds simple, right? But wait, it's not just picking a hotel. You have got to sort out transport to the fair, out your whole plan for each day, and do a bunch of work all by yourself. It's a lot to juggle. Finding a coffee place, getting around, and making sure you're ready. Are you wondering how to put it off without going crazy? What if there's an easy way to handle it all? Well, if you want someone to take care of everything for you, Sino Shipping's tour guides service can step in. We have got a team that arrange it all: hotels, transport, your fair plan with special deals on place near the fair that keep price fair and quality good. Plus, since we have got an office right in Guangzhou, you can even swing by and visit us during the fair. How much does it cost to go, and is it worth it? The fair itself is free to attend, but you need a visa for China, plus airfare and hotel costs. Altogether, it's about 3,000 to 4,000 USD. Is it worth it? Yes. If you source products on Alibaba, you know it takes forever. Emails, chats, and waiting weeks for samples. At the Canton Fair, you meet hundreds of Chinese vendors in just a couple days. They bring samples to their booths. You can touch and check quality right there. Many people place big orders at the fair, getting price and store info in minutes. Talking face to face builds trust and makes sourcing faster and smoother. To attend, register on the Canton Fair website. You will get an invitation for your visa. A business visa is best, but a tourist visa works too. No invitation need. As of late 2024, folks from 38 countries can skip their visa hassle and stay in China for 30 days. That includes places like France, Germany, Italy, Spain, Japan, Singapore, and Malaysia, plus tons like Australia, New Zealand, and most of Europe. If you are from one of those, you are set for business, tourism, or visiting family. No visa need until the end of 2025. Not on that list, you will still need the visa. Once you have got that shot, or if you are visa free, book a flight to Guangzhou International Airport. In case you think air tickets were super high, you can fly to Hong Kong instead. Then hopping on a high-speed train from Hong Kong West Kowloon Station to East Guangzhou Railroad Station. That costs you USD 30 per ticket, single trip. And grab your name badge at the fair when you get there. Worry about not speaking Chinese. Lots of factories and the fair speak English, so you can service them just fine. Every booth has at least one worker who knows English. Stick to easy Ecom words like price or order and you will be okay. But what if you want to negotiate deals, source products, or short out shipping? That's where Sino Shipping Support Service jump in to help importers from all over the world. Our friendly experts will guide you through it all, right there at the fair. Plus, with our office in Guangzhou, you can even pop by and visit us during your trip. Outside the fair, those tax and the city can get a bit messy, which brings you to some funny story to share with your friends about it. Every city has its own specialization, and in Guangzhou, you will love the amazing Chinese food like yum cha, noodles, dumplings, and all sorts of tasty foods. It might even be what you have tried in Chinatown back home, but it's way cheaper and feels more real and original too. Plus, the people there, they are so nice and ready to help out. Stay at home where they live. Oh, one thing, if you try to have a city at night or after the Canton Fair, try Google Maps to find your way. It won't work here. Google's vlog in China searches take forever. The Great Five Words stops everything, even maps. So, do you use Google and Facebook in China? You can pick a plan for a provider outside China, lots of them online before you go. It's around 10 USD a day for data that works like back home. Last fair, our client used Google and Facebook with it, no blogs at all. You only pay when you use it, but check the provider's site for data limits. It might slow down if you use a ton. Want to know which service providers they use? Leave your comments and I will share with you. When you step out at airport or train station, things have gotten better these days. You will see sport is licensed for taxi now, no more total charge. But watch out, some frauds might still come up. Acting nice, offering cheap rides with their taxi or private car right on the street. Don't hop on with those random strangers. We don't recommend it. They're usually drivers charging up to more than a regular tax. Before you leave your hotel, go to the front desk and have them write hotel name and address in Chinese on their card for you. Some nearby landmarks in case the driver gets lost. It helps a lot. Now, about tour guides, some blogs say you don't need one, but most of our clients find them really useful. At the Canton Fair, can answer you in English Anyway, every booth has someone who speaks English, so you don't need to translate to get by. Note these business words. MOQ means minimal order quantity. Everyone uses it. Ask for price in USD, not RMB. And lead times. Some items are in store, others made fresh. MOQs are high for customer stuff. If you're new, ask about store items. They are ready and need less. Plan ahead. The fair is massive, bigger than any trade show you have seen 20 times. It takes you a few days just for one commodity. Way to see it all. Map up your area before going, or you will wander and get lost in its size. When it comes to samples, be smart. You will find them at every booth to touch and check out. You can zip through hundreds of vendors way faster than waiting for Alibaba's slow shipping. But here is the catch. Sometimes those samples won't match what you get in the end. They might be old stock just sitting around. So you will want a quality check service in China to make sure your final products are exactly what you order. That's where Sino shipping support in China comes in. We offer quality checks, inspections, and other service to keep everything on track for you. Stick with me, I will tell you about keeping your trip smooth and fun later on. Bring this business cards, a camera, and a notepad. You will need a piece of products and cards, stable cards to notebook, and the right MOQs and the prices. Later when you go back to your home country, you have to email vendors for costs. We have covered a bunch today: planning, staying, getting around, all that stuff. If you care about saving time and want Chinese good, the Canton Fair is the way to go. Alibaba's a jack contest, chest, waiting for sample to strip and check. This is a lot of work. The fair skip all day max. You will meet thousands of vendors right there. At Sino Shipping, we have got you covered with an all-in-one tour guide service for the Canton Fair. We handle planning and arranging your whole trip. Check our service details in the bill below. This video is here to make your China trip clear and show you what it's really like, so you understand it better. Good luck finding great stuff to sell. If you like this, hit subscribe. Tons more videos like this are coming your way.